I left my husband 5 months ago and I regret it.
I miss my husband. I miss my married life, and that's okay to admit.
Can we just stop romanticizing divorce? This shit is the hardest thing I've ever been through, and it just won't end.
Welcome back, family. Today, we are going to give you an update on this modern woman who divorced her husband because she got bored. For those who haven't watched the first part, the link will be in the description. But now the situation has gotten so bad that she is begging people to stop romanticizing divorce because it is not fun. Check it out.
Can we just stop romanticizing divorce? Can we just stop? This shit is the hardest thing I've ever been through, and it just won't end. Like, that's the worst part. The grief won't fucking end. I just want to know when it's gonna be my turn. I want to be happy. I just want a family. I want to be married. That's it. I want to feel support. I want to feel like I'm a unit. Like, there's nothing worse than being married and not feeling that. But it doesn't make leaving or ending your marriage any easier. And I'm so sick of people acting like it's such a walk in the park. I feel like I'm just trying to keep going, and I'm just trying to stay positive, and I need a win. Like, I can't win. I just don't know what to do anymore. If you know someone going through it, even if they're acting strong, I can promise you they're not okay. It's the hardest thing you can go through. Like, it's awful. And I keep thinking it's gonna end. It's just not. Like, the grief is just never ending. It's horrible. I can promise you, no one wants to get a divorce. So stop acting like they do, okay? This shit is so hard.
I always tell you time and time again on this channel that most women who you see glamorizing their divorce are just faking it online. They are all miserable behind closed doors. They want to drag as many women as they can to the mud so that they can all be miserable in numbers. Here is more proof of her admitting once again that life is worse after divorce.
I feel like I'm making the video I need to see right now because sometimes life just isn't better after divorce. The thing is, I know it will be. I know it will be, and that's what's getting me through this time. But man, I am really fucking sad. I'm not doing well. I'm not coping well. I miss my husband. I miss my married life, and that's okay to admit. Navigating this shit alone, doing this alone, takes a strength that I was not prepared for. I feel like people need to know if they're thinking about leaving their husband or they're just not happy, or I'm in the company of people who get it. It is just soul giving because it's so hard to navigate this shit alone when no one knows what you're going through. Thing is, I wouldn't change anything because I don't regret my decision. I know that marriage was not going to work out. It doesn't make it any less hard or anything that I'm having to deal with any less hard. I just want to feel like I'm not being kicked while I'm down for once. And I just want to feel strong, and I just want to feel like I'm doing well, and I'm just not. I know I'm not the only one feeling like this, so I just want you to know, if you feel like this too, it's going to be okay. But if it's not okay right now, that's okay too.
This woman is so confused about where her life is going to the point that she contradicts herself in the same sentence. She just said that she doesn't regret her decision to leave her husband. She clearly said that she wouldn't change a thing. But listen now to this next clip and witness how she is going to contradict herself.
I left my husband 5 months ago and I regret it. No, you're not supposed to say that. I know I'm supposed to be in my living my best life, hoe era, whatever, but like, no. These last 5 months have broken my spirit. They have been the hardest of my life. These last 5 months have required so much work, so much discipline to get back to myself. But it's supposed to suck. I talked to my friend last night about this on the phone, and he really put it in perspective for me. Said the year you get a divorce was going to suck regardless. I question my decisions constantly. No matter what choice I made, I would have been miserable regardless. Life is not supposed to be happy and perfect all the time. Most growth comes from the times when we are having to do the work, having to sit in our misery, having to sit in the quiet. And that is exactly what I'm doing. 31, and I feel like I'm 18 again, trying to navigate the world. Because you know what I regret more than leaving my husband? Having to get to that point anyway. I regret marrying the wrong person in the first place and not listening to my intuition. For my mistakes. So that you can learn from me being a dumbass, because I feel dumb am all the time. Of course, it's normal to have regret. I regret so many things in my life, but I can't let it ruin my life either. Never learn from things going right. We learn from them going wrong, and I'm holding on to that. I regret that I had to get to that point. I didn't want it to, but it happened, and we move on.
I think that we can all see the pattern here. These women are just trying to cope with their misery. That is why they can start a quote one way and finish it another way. They literally do not know what they want, and that is how they get so easily influenced by the ideas of other broken women. Even this woman fell into the trap of other women glorifying divorce. She literally made a whole documentary showing herself signing the divorce papers. Check it out.
You got this. Crazy. No, just a large Diet Coke. Thank you. Have a good day. I'm really sad right now. Yeah. This is making me feel a lot better, though, not gonna lie. I don't know, that just made it really settle that this is my new life. The jarring part of this divorce is that the person... Maybe I'm not out of tears, damn it. Damn it. I really thought I was done crying about this. I think the saddest part of this whole thing has just been like someone I saw literally every day for 6 years and was my family is a complete stranger now. Like, I don't know them at all. It happened so fast. I feel like there's no safety anywhere in life. There's a guy mowing the grass in front of me and he's probably like, what the hell are you? What is wrong with this girl? Someone posted a picture of him on their stories the other day and I saw it and I just had like no feelings of like anything resentful. Just like, he looked happy and I'm like, I'm happy for him. And like, I genuinely felt like peaceful and happy. Like, this is the right thing because I don't want to exist in that life. Like, I was in the wrong movie. I can't get any less sad. And like, I lost those years of my life. Like, actually now with dating, like, it's a really weird and sad experience to go dating. I don't know. This is an emotional day. I don't know what else I have to do, but crazy.
There we go again with the tears of regret. But do not get fooled by those tears. Do not feel any sympathy because they are willingly choosing to put themselves in these situations. You can clearly see how she changed her attitude from appearing happy to crying her eyes out. This is how unstable most modern women are. There is nothing you can do that can satisfy a person who is not happy from within. Here is her crying again, acknowledging that the pain of divorce is the worst pain she has ever experienced, even worse than the pain of her father's passing.
That I'm experiencing from my divorce is maybe worse than the grief I experienced when I lost my dad. My dad died really suddenly and tragically. I've talked about it before. It profoundly shaped me as a person. I feel like I had no reference to grief before that. Losing my dad that way and in such a pivotal time in my life, so earth-shattering because I couldn't see up from down. I never expected divorce to feel like that. Truly, up until this point, I think I truly thought there's a really good chance I'll never experience anything worse than this. But the gravity of how profoundly hard this would be keeps hitting me over and over. Because not only does it feel like a death, but it feels like the death of your old life. So it feels like the death of yourself in a way. I feel like I'm going crazy. I feel like my body is like betraying me all the time. I went to church today and the pastor said if you're going through something really hard, you have to have qualified people to reach out to for help. And I feel like I don't have anyone qualified to help me navigate this. Don't get me wrong, you guys have been so helpful, but I feel like I have lost of what direction to go with this because I feel like therapy is only getting me so far. I applied for a scholarship for the Hoffman Institute, but if you have any tips or anything that helped you, let me know because I feel so profoundly in grief is the only way I can describe it.
They love the drama. This is starting to become like music in my ears. I don't know about you, but I personally have zero sympathy for these types of women. It's almost starting to look like comedy to me. To end this episode, we are going to finish with this interesting clip. Most modern women leave their marriages because they want to find their happiness. But this next clip will almost choke you. Let's watch.
Being happy is not enough of a reason to stay married because happiness is fleeting and no one is ever happy 100% of the time. You can be happy, truly happy, when you initially get married and then you find things out And it makes it that much more heartbreaking and that much more devastating because no one gets married wanting to get a divorce. The thing that overarches any emotion of love or being happy is change. Change is the only inevitable thing. And when it's make or break time, that is what matters far more than happiness. When someone has changed to the point that you don't recognize them or they are not evolving or changing in the way that you need them to be a good partner, divorce happens. You know how sad it is that I can't even look at my favorite creators' pages anymore because they show their families and they show their kids, and I want that so bad. I do not want to be laying in bed at 1 p.m. because I'm so exhausted and sad about my life, especially when you're the only person that knows what's going on. It is incredibly isolating and sad and heartbreaking, and that is far more pressing and far heavier than happiness feels in the moment.
You just can't make this shit up. These modern women always emphasize about how much their happiness matters. But because this comment held her accountable about leaving her husband even though she admitted that she was happy, now she wants to convince us that happiness isn't everything. Fellas, avoid these types of women like the plague. And above all, don't forget to keep your head up. Focus on your goals and everything else will follow. I love you and I appreciate you for all your support. Please feel free to like, subscribe, comment, and share to help push this content to more men in need. I'm out. Peace.